What's up guys, it's Dre here and welcome to another Team of the Season prediction video. Today we are looking at the Premier League Team of the Season prediction vid. So today I'm going to be explaining what players I think personally that should go in from the Barclays Premier League. We're going to do this every week now in every single league, not really the small leagues but the top 5 leagues and then maybe the rest of the world and stuff like that, what they do. We're going to be looking at them as well. And I'm going to be telling you what I think will be happening in that prediction. They are doing a most consistent, so maybe next week I will do my most consistent Team of the Season vote. We'll see for that one though. So if you do want to see more Team of the Season prediction videos, then smash that subscribe button and also like this video if you do enjoy. Leave a comment on who you think should be in the Barclays Premier League prediction. So Manchester City have won the Premier League. That was confirmed last Sunday when Jay Rodriguez scored against Manchester United to make them lose 1-0 at home to West Bromwich Albion. Obviously being a Man United fan, that's difficult to take, but it did happen. So I'm going to go through who I think should be. We're going to do 4-3-3 every single time. I just think that's the formation I'm going to keep doing, and we'll see what you guys think. So we're going to start off in goal. I'm going to go for an easy choice for me, and that is a David De Gea. I'm going to make him a 96 rated card. He has got a Team of the Year, but I don't think they'll go over the Team of the Year. If they do go over the Team of the Year, then fair enough. But they didn't normally do that. So I think 96 for De Gea. He's on course to getting the Golden Glove. He's definitely the best goalkeeper in the world by miles. Some of the saves he's doing, the Arsenal game he made saves. I think that was the best game I've seen him. He's outstanding. At Liverpool, we made a good save. Man City to make us win like last week. Aguero should have scored, but he has just saved us time and time again. You just expect it now from De Gea, and he's been absolutely brilliant this season again. Certainly would be my choice for in goal. For right back, I am going to go with a Kyle Walker. It was close between him and Valencia, but I think Kyle Walker personally is definitely probably the best right back in the Premier League. He should probably go. He's going to go to England. He's got to go to England, go to Russia with England. They normally actually play him at centre back, so that might be an interesting thing. They might play him at centre back in Moscow, so in Russia. Sorry, so that could be what they do there. But for me, Kyle Walker, 100% has been a fantastic card, a fantastic player this year. He hasn't scored any goals though, I don't think, but Man City have been absolutely outstanding, especially down the flanks. But Walker for me. Certainly gets in that position. The centre-back is going to be another Manchester City player. It's going to be Otamendi. Has actually been caught out a few times recently, though. Especially against United, he got really caught out. But I think he does deserve to be in there. I'm going to give him a 92 rated card. I don't think he deserves much higher than that. But he's been brilliant alongside Walker. The Man City have he's really improved. Probably one of the most improved players this season. Everyone thought Pep would bring Stones up, but it's actually been Otamendi. He's changed Stones completely. Otamendi's career, really. He's been absolutely outstanding this year. Definitely deserves to be in there. The only game which I've seen him poor was probably the Liverpool and Manchester United game. Other than that, he's been brilliant. So definitely go with Otamendi in that position. How much he's changed, but maybe there might be some flaws with him. We'll see that next season. But this year he's been brilliant. So I'd go with him. Now this one was actually a tough choice. It was going to be between, I was going to put Jones in there, but maybe in January I'd have put Jones in there. But now he's not really playing, he's not had that much game time, he's not really been good enough. So I'm actually going to put a player in that I like in real life a lot. And that is Jan Vertonghen. Probably not everyone's decision. I'm going to go with Vertonghen personally because I think he's been brilliant for Spurs. So solid at the back. He just does so well. I think that spine of Spurs, is so good that he certainly deserves to be in it indefinitely. So definitely go with a 91 Vertonghen. Absolutely brilliant card, 100%. He's been world class this year. Again, I think Alderweireld looks like he's leaving Tottenham this year. I certainly would take him at United. But Vertonghen has held that place down. He's obviously got Sanchez next to him, who hasn't been as good, but Vertonghen is he's done well with him as a partner. When you have someone that's good like that as a partner, then you always seem to, manage to cope very well. So fair play to Vertonghen. Left back for me is going to be Ashley Young. I'm going to put Young in because I think he's been outstanding this year. He's got so many I think he's got a lot of assists and goals this year actually as well, which, you know, has certainly been brilliant all year. Not a time in which, for me, that Young has been poor. I've always liked the way he played. Against Liverpool, he was outstanding against them. He kept Salah in his pocket. He done really well. He even got a really good assist, I think, a good cross. In most games, his crossing for Young is absolutely fantastic. And the way he's changed into the left-back position is unbelievable. And I think that card will be the best left-back in the game. You look at his stats now, can you imagine when he get a 90 rated team of the season? That will be mental for Ashley Young. So certainly he deserves to be in that position. Now the three centre mids were, I wouldn't say difficult. They were. There was like a few things in there that I wouldn't put in there, but knowing me, that people are going to slate me for some things that I put in there, and certain things that they don't agree with. The first one for me is pretty easy, and that is going to be a Kevin De Bruyne. Again, he's already got a team of the year, so they might just give him a 95, or they might go higher than that. But I'm going to put 95 just in case they do give him that under the team of the year price. But there's De Bruyne. 90, he's been outstanding. He might win PFA Player of the Year. It's between him and another guy that I'll show you in a minute. But this guy is unbelievable. He's like a midfielder that I've always wanted to be, that creative. But then he can also do other things. He's so physical, so strong. He's creative, he's strong. He's so good at everything he does in that midfield. He controls that City midfield. Very good this year. One of the best players in the league, if not the best. Certainly. In the middle, I'm going to go with a David Silva. How he does it every single year, David Silva, really surprises me. Like, it really, really shocks me. Every single year, David Silva turns up. Every single year. And it looks like, you know, David Silva may get a higher rated card than De Bruyne. You know, not necessarily that could happen, but every single year David Silva does it. He's going to be a legend in football because he's been absolutely brilliant this year as well. He surprised me so much, Silva. I thought De Bruyne would like take him over, but no, that is not the way it's happened. David Silva definitely deserves to be in this team, and De Bruyne, kind of him and Silva has just been that's what wins games to me, in my opinion. It's that partnership has been outstanding. And the next position is actually going to be another City player. How this player won't get in, I don't know. That's Fernandinho. That City midfield has been unreal this year, guys. It's been absolutely unreal. He's going to get a 92 card, I think. And that will be one of the best cards in the game as well. Fernandinho, he'll have such good stats. I think Fabinho might get in the most consistent. So if he does, then this Fernandinho card will be just unbelievable to use. Look at how many City players get in there. That's how good they have been. Fernandinho as well. That's that trio. That trio in City's favour, really. It just works for them all the time. Onto the left wing, another Manchester City player. For me, Leroy Sané. I can't think of a better left wing in my eyes. Mane's been good, but excuse me. Leroy Sané's been outstanding. Again, he's going to have electric pace, good shot. You can imagine him having good physical, good passing. That's going to be a good card on the left. Maybe up to the Ronaldo standards, maybe not. But Leroy Sané is just going to be outstanding in that position. And he has been really good. He's improved for me. Again, one of the most improved players along with Otamendi. Last year he was doing good, but he didn't hit the heights that he hit this season. So Leroy Sané certainly goes in there. Right wing is the easiest decision I've made all year. And that is Mo Salah. Unreal card. I think this guy deserves to be in the PFA Player of the Year. People will disagree, but me personally, definitely Mo Salah's Player of the Year. How he's come into the Premier League. He actually failed here in the Premier League, remember that. And he's managed to come in and just do business, do the works, and he's just been outstanding, guys. Like Mo Salah, if you watch his goals, like every goal is pretty much with his left foot and his head, but unbelievable card. That card will be outstanding. I have 99 pace, 99 shot, probably 99 pass and 99 dribbling. That will be one of the best cards in the game, 100%. So certainly Mo Salah for me up front, or up right wing. Up front for me, it's going to be Harry Kane. I don't know if they'll give him an underneath his Team of the Year card. If they don't, then it'll be 95. But again, I don't know what they do with that with Team of the Year, but I think that will be what they do with it, because Team of the Year, I remember, is best all year, or a season. I don't know how they do it, so we'll see how they do it. But Kane, again, has just done it again this year. Another one-hit wonder from Harry Kane. He claims every goal though, apparently, so that's what everyone's abusing him for. But yeah, he's been brilliant, Harry Kane, this year. Another one that I'll have to add to the checklist. I think there's 4 that I'd have to add to that checklist. Walker probably being the hardest one to get, being his De Gea. Has already got a Team of the Year. Young will be pretty simple, I think, to get. And then Kane and Walker. Oh my god. The rise of Rashford's going to get harder and harder and harder. So there we go. That's what we've gone for the main 11. But Harry Kane, 100% in there. What a main 11 that is. Not many different teams. I think there's 4 there. No Chelsea players in there, surprisingly as well. No Arsenal players. They haven't been hitting the heights. We've got a Liverpool player and Salah. But there'll be more on the bench as we go to that bench now. So, substitute goalkeeper is going to be Edison. He's been brilliant this year, especially for a newcomer. He's been good, keeping City, clean sheets. I think he's second in the Golden Glove running, so definitely would put Edison in there. He's been very good goalkeeper, saving good penalties. I think sometimes he's been saving as well. So he goes in there for me. I'm going to put him in there. I don't think people will agree with me, but I think Antonio Valencia deserves to be in there. He's actually scored some goals this year, Valencia as well. I'm going to give him a 90 rated card because I don't want him to be higher rated than or same rated as Walker. I'm going to give Valencia that 90 rated card. He's good at, he's been really good for me. Man United's defence is like the 3rd best in the league or something. So I think that, he should be in there, definitely. He's been defending really well for Man United. Very good right back, probably the 2nd best right back in the league. I'm also going to go with a Chelsea player. This guy I like a lot. I'm going to go Marcos Alonso. People won't agree with me here, but I think he's been very good. I think he's been a good player to use. Enjoyable to watch. He just scores loads of free kicks. He's very good on that left-hand side. Chelsea haven't been hitting the heights this year, but I wouldn't blame him. He's been brilliant. Probably been one of their best players, Marcos Alonso, at that left-back. And that'll be another great card to get for team of the season. Can you imagine that on your going forward? That would be brilliant to you. Sorry. The next position, people won't agree with me, but I think he's been brilliant, and that's Nemanja Matic. I think he's been really holding down that Man United midfield. I don't think I've seen him had a terrible game. I think he's had average games. I may be putting a lot of Man United players in there, but at the end of the day, we're second, so I think we deserve some credit somewhere in here that we've been pretty good. I think Matic would certainly get that credit for me. People will disagree, but I can't see how you could disagree with me there. I think Matic has been absolutely outstanding in that position. Another midfield, again, it's tough to pick midfielders this year because we've had a lot of good ones, but we haven't had, loads. I can't think on the top of my head. We've got players like Kante, who've done well. Even Liverpool's midfield haven't been that great. It's not been amazing on that height. Man United, Pogba haven't been, he's got a lot of informs, but no way am I putting Pogba in this team. He's not been good enough for me to go into this team. Arsenal, even they haven't had that, that high standard midfield. So for me, I think we have to go straight to the forwards, and we have to give it straight away to Sergio Aguero. Has to get in here. He's been very good this year again. He's had a player of the month card, which is unbelievable. I'm going to give him a 96 rated card. He normally gets about that, or 97. Very good card, very good player in real life. Apparently fell out with him or something. Don't know why, because that card that player is brilliant. I'd take him at Man United any day. Aguero is fantastic for the Premier League, and Chelsea nearly bought him, if you remember that season. On the left, or another player that I forgot about, and that is going to be Eden Hazard. I'm going to put Hazard in there. I don't think people will disagree. I think he's been very good, but Chelsea again haven't hit them heights that people would say have been whoa. He's been outstanding. But Hazard always hits them heights, and for me, EA will give him a Team of the Season card. The final sub, people might not agree with this, but I was going to put Lukaku in there. I've changed my mind because I forgot about this man. Cannot forget about Raheem Sterling. Very good card. Probably one of the best Guys, I don't know if they'll give him a cam. I think they'll give him a right wing because that's where he's been playing this season. But Sterling always does the business, and he's improved so much under Pep as well. And you know, I was going to put Lukaku in there. He might fit in the reserves, but I don't think Lukaku deserves to be in the bench. I think he's been good, but he's not been hitting the heights of what these players have been in my eyes. Now, the reserves, I wanted to go with some different players, like players from like lower league, like not lower league, but lower down that have performed really well. And the first one, in my opinion, is Burnley. And they have been outstanding. And Tarkowski deserves a place in the team of the season, in my eyes. And he has been a brilliant card for Burnley, defending well. He's like Michael Keane of last year. He's been outstanding to watch. He's so good. If someone's going to buy him next year, probably Liverpool or something. Very good card, very good player in real life. And Burnley, you know, he's kept Burnley 6th, 7th, going for that European place. Burnley are up there. Reserve, another one is going to be Riyad Mahrez. He's had another good year for Leicester. Not hitting the heights he did when they won the title, but he's definitely hitting the heights of taking Leicester and bringing them forward. Like, I think they're 8th now, Leicester. But, you know, Mahrez has been outstanding. Every time I watch him, he's so cool and calm, Mahrez. He went missing for that time. He was going to go to Manchester City. But for Leicester, he's still been very good. And I think he deserves a spot in the reserves, maybe not anywhere else. If he doesn't get that spot, I wouldn't be surprised. The next reserve for me is going to be Romelu Lukaku. He scored a lot of goals, and people might dislike me for what I've put, or where I've put him in here, but definitely deserves some sort of recognition. Lukaku, he's been good this year. He's improved. He was really good from the start, had that dip in form, and then he kind of shot back up, and he's been scoring goals, you know, against FA Cup, in Champions League, in Premier League. He's been scoring a lot of goals for us this season. So Lukaku definitely deserves to be in the reserves in my eyes, if not the bench. But Aguero has been higher than him. The next reserve is going to be a Heung-min Son, because I believe Son deserves something, some sort of recognition, and I would just love this card and on the team. He was outstanding last year, and he didn't get a team of the season. So hopefully this year he will recognise and be like, maybe we should give him a team of the season card, because he has been absolutely brilliant. And I've noticed we've got a lot of attackers in this team, so we may need to code down, and maybe on the next position we'll find a defender. But Son, for me, has been very good. He's been, you know, enjoyable, an enjoyable card to watch, and an enjoyable card to, you know, use as well. And in FIFA, that card will be outstanding. One of the best cards in the game, that Son card. So certainly would go with him. And the final player, I thought of a defender that I think should get in there. And people may disagree with me here, but I'm going to put an Arsenal player in there, being of their position, and that is Nacho Monreal. Now, Monreal has had a weird year. For me, he's been very good. He's scoring goals at left back. He's been very entertaining to watch. But, you know, Arsenal, it's hard to put an Arsenal player in here with how bad they have been. But, I mean, Monreal's probably been the best of the bunch in my eyes, and he certainly deserves to fit in there. And that's my Premier League team of the season prediction. I think it's reasonable. I think you guys maybe disagree with players like Matic or Monreal, maybe Lukaku, but I want to see your guys' opinions. So if you don't agree with what I have said, then leave a comment. But that is my final prediction. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, then please smash that like button. And if you want to see more team of the season predictions videos, then click that subscribe. So I've been Dre, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Cheers.